What do we got? Another 5 years? 10? 15 or 20? I'm talking about that time period from where Stephen Lett said we were at the final part of the last of the last of the final part of the last, whatever he said, right? The lunatic Stephen, as you know him very well. From that point, how much time do we have before their internal clock, and I'm talking about the rank and file, to where their internal clock raise some doubt in their mind? The doubt where they start questioning themselves, saying, is this thing going to happen? And I'm talking about Armageddon, tribulation, all of that, right? There's certain things that people say that in retrospect, they have to say, why in the hell did I say that? We all did it, right? You make promises because it seems like it's far down the road. You're like, yeah, I'll come. Definitely. Count me in. I'm there. Yeah. Yep. What do you want me to bring? Just me? I'm there. I'm there. And I'll bring something. How about that? I'll be there. I'll bring me. And I'll bring something else. I'll surprise you. Right? Because you're happy. They're talking about 4 months down the road. You're not thinking about that. But what happens is time moves forward, and that 4 months turns into today. Right? And what do? What happens? We say, damn, I didn't think that 4 months. And you start contriving things in your mind. You actually start getting mad at the other people sometimes. It's like, how you gonna have that on a Saturday? Right? You want to have a barbecue, a house party on a Saturday? It's like, yeah, that's the best day. Everybody is pretty much off for work. But you come up with things in your mind. Like, I don't like the way he cooks his hot dogs, man. Like, people got to know how to work the grill. He has a gas grill. I like charcoal, man. I like the old school way to light it up and smoke billowing out. I don't want a gas grill. You might as well bring your oven outside, right? We come up with all types of things because we actually shoot ourselves in the foot, so to speak, for making promises that we don't want to keep. Not that we can't keep. We don't want to keep. So when Stephen Lett said we're in the final part, he added the extras, and I think I spoke about this in another video. He added too much. You made it seem like this is going to happen tomorrow. Like it's going to happen a year from now, 2 years from now, definitely 5 years from now. Right? So there has to be a clock that's going to go off, an alarm clock, from the time that he said that, and I forget when he said that. What year was that? You know, you guys, I'm sure, will enlighten me. I'm sure of it. You know, what year did Stephen Lett say the infamous last of the final part of the last days? Whatever that year is, up until when, from that point, will alarm clocks start going off saying, I don't know if it's going to happen right now. You know? I'm not saying that people are going to up and leave. Not saying that people are going to head for the doors of the Kingdom Halls. Well, you know, Kingdom Halls are not open right now, but the organization, they're going to head out or whatever. I'm not saying that. But there has to be an internal doubt that goes on. It's human, right? Even though sometimes they don't act human, they are human. So there has to be something that says, wow, is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? I don't know when that clock is going to go off. But it's going to go off pretty much simultaneously for the whole organization. Right? You're going to get some that happen individually, personally, at different times, depending on age, depending on how long you've been in. There's certain people that crossed over the threshold. They know that they're probably most likely are not going to be around for Armageddon. Right? Yeah, people in their late 80s, 90s, they're like, I'm already past that point. Now my hope is the resurrection. But for people that's 30, 40 years old, even 50 years old, they're like, nah, I want to walk through, right? I ain't signed up for the resurrection. Unless, a crane falls on me or I get swallowed by a big fish or whatever, I'm trying to walk through, right? So I'm talking about those people. There has to be something that goes off that says, wait a minute. That was 10 years ago. The final part of the final last, whatever he said, right? That was 15 years ago. Is it 20 years? I don't know. But whatever it is, he shot himself in the foot by saying that. Those are one of those things that he's like, can we erase that? No, it's out there. It's been picked up. That's how it works, Stephen. Once you say something, people can screenshot it, people record it, people grab it. It's done. You can erase it. What is that going to do, Stephen? And he's like, I want burgers. And it's like, Stephen, what the hell are you talking about? Somebody give him his pills, his medication. It's not to make fun. It is a little bit, a lot. But it's just to let you know that they are going through an internal war. And I'm talking about the rank and file. Don't think that they just walking around like this, right? They are. But they are still aware. And they're still giving a side-eyed look at the organization. And that's the beauty of it, right? That's the beauty of it. And don't say, no, they don't, because they're black. There's people coming out, okay? There's people coming out. You came out, I came. There's people leaving. So there has to be people giving a side eye, like, wait, okay, I'm going to time you on that, right? So 5, 10 years from now, it goes by. And don't let things seem to get better in the world. We're always going to have war. We're always going to have, disease and death and all that. But you know how you have that good run? Don't let things seem like they're picking up. Then it's like, I don't know. Actually, I do know. But yeah, there's a such thing as shooting yourself in the foot. In some cases, shooting yourself in the head. And just basically wanting to retract, certain things that you said. There's a lot of things that they said. I don't know every last one of them. I hear certain things here and there, and I'm like, that's going to come back to bite you, and it has. You guys can mention certain things that I forgot about. Please enlighten me. I'm sure that you will. Yeah. It's a great thing. I love when they start talking. Talk. Let them talk. The worst thing that can happen is that they start running and hiding. They start shutting down a broadcast and not talking anymore. The best thing is continuing doing what they're doing, because the more they talk, the more they're going to, hang themselves, the more they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And people are going to start catching on, and people are going to start doubting them, and people are going to start leaving. And that's what we want. We want the money to get low. We want it to diminish. They're going to start trying to get the deeds on your house, I believe. They're going to start really reaching. I call it flipping over the box. When on 42nd Street, at least, I don't know if they do it a lot now, but back in the days, they used to hustle. Every block was a hustle. And they had the little tops, right? I think I spoke about this before, right? But when the police came like that, they just flip over the box. Boom, flip it over, and they gone, right? So I always joke, and me and my other brother, we joke and say, yeah, when are they going to flip over the box? Like, jig is up. We had a long run. High five. We're out. And hopefully they don't leave with money, houses, wills, all that stuff from y'all, you know, because I think they're going to try to snatch up and grab everything on the way out, you know, saying that, and I mentioned this before, they're definitely going to put another date on Armageddon. You know, maybe not an exact date, but they're going to, before they flip that box and start getting out, they're going to do one last hurrah. And that's going to be the big one, right? You know, Armageddon is fastly approaching. We don't see this going past a year or two. Put the deeds of your houses in Watchtower's name. Add us into the will. They'll make up something about why they need that. And you'll do it. You'll get a lot of millions to do it. And there's going to be millions of Jehovah's Witnesses homeless and going back to the people that they shunned and crying at doorsteps and saying, please, you are right, help me, you know. And it's going to be a sad situation, but it's going to be happy for us. We're going to be elated. So, yeah, with that being said, as always, with all of my videos, that's what we want you to do. That's it. Just think. Love.